Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. On this show, Billy and Rachel Hubbard going to give a praise report about our fall fundraiser. So don't go away. We'll be right back with Billy and Rachel from Second Chance Youth Ranch. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show, as you may recognize our guest, Billy and Rachel Hubbard, Daily Operations Director, and everything fostering, mentoring, and adoption. Tell me, Rachel, how many young people do we have right now in our care 24/7? Toby Mack, 24/7, 365. How many we got?
At the moment, 77.
Well, where'd the other three go? We had 80 the other day.
We got 3 more coming, I think, later this week.
Yeah.
So
we had some reunifications, so it's a great
Beautiful.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rule number 1: our goal at Second Chance Youth Ranch is family reunification.
yes.
So, do our therapists? Do they work with families that want to be reunited with their children in our
Sometimes
care?
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in order for that to be more effective, there may be something that we need to build or someone needs to donate. And Rachel, what would that be? I would ask Billy, but he don't know. He'd just be looking at you.
He knows because we've been praying and talking about it for a year and a half now.
What is it called?
A connection center.
Yeah.
Our dream is to have a place where all of our families who live in the community can gather, can receive ministry, can receive counseling. And one of the biggest purposes is family visits that happen before reunification. So most children in foster care, once a week, they have a 4-hour visit with their families. And there's no place to have that visit. So they're meeting at like a McDonald's for 4 hours. Can you imagine the only time you see your baby is in a public fast food restaurant?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so we
it's
want
tough.
like a private, comfortable place for these families to gather and
Saline
us to
County.
love on them.
Right here in Saline
County. Easily accessible.
Now, when we say all of our families, since we have 80 foster children, then how many does this Connect Center currently, just currently, because we're growing,
Right.
how many does it need to hold? Because you've got your foster parents, you've got your birth parents, you got your therapist, what did I leave out? You got kids, and then you got, so you need a place that'll seat easily 150 people?
Well, if we were all to get together for something, probably 150 to 200 people. But like the everyday use is like we have a sibling group of 12, and they need a place to gather with their mom and dad, you know? So you think that's about, with caseworkers and everything, about 15 people needing a place to hang out for a few hours every single week.
So let me just address that. If you know of a church property, an empty church building,
Yeah.
and I've got my eye on one not far from here. I drove by Sunday, there were only 5 cars there. 2 Sundays ago, there was only 2 cars there. And I believe the denominational headquarters just ought to give us that building. And that's be a church about 150 people that would seat. And then of course the churches have Sunday school classrooms, which we would use for offices. Or if you have a commercial building, we would love for you to prayerfully entertain the idea of donating that to Second Chance Youth Ranch. We don't ask for donations often. And just recently, we have been given, we're waiting on the title work to be completed, a property in Benton, about 10 minutes from studio here, that has an old house that will be demolished. But I don't know that the city will let us build a Connect Center, and I don't know how we would ever park enough people for that property. So, on my phone, I just got a text as we were getting ready to go into this television show from a friend, and Billy and I, and maybe even Rachel, are going to go look at 4 acres in Saline County in the city or community of Benton, just a few minutes from here. Has 2 houses on it, 4 acres. That he has communicated that it would also be approved by the city. That we could build something, and we need something like that for the Connect Center if it's not too much of a wilderness trek.
Yes.
Because we already have a wilderness trek going to the ranch.
We do, yes.
So that's one of the big projects. Now, back in October of 2024, we had our annual banquet, which would be how many annual banquets?
That's our 11th so far.
Number 11.
2014 was our first one. We had 819 confirmed guests. Think about probably 800 came, and we made $733,000.
Wow. $733,000. That sounds like a lot of money. But let's address that money, because literally yesterday we finalized a deal on a new van, because if we're going to bring in another sibling group of 6 plus birth kids and foster parents, we've got to transport 10 or 12 kids at any given time. And so we have to have these large safety what we call transit vans. They're about $60,000, so boom, that money's gone.
Yeah, I know.
And then as a contractor, I generally supervise the construction free. If you can doing anything for the Lord for free, because I don't know, given it shall be given to you, a generous person will be blessed. That's just the way it works. So I don't charge anything, and so we save the contractor's fee. And as a result, we want to build on the property in Benton that we're finalizing closing here next several days. I would love to build at least 2 houses on that large lot. I got to get permission to do that. If not, we'll just build a really large home. That'll be $250,000, $275,000, $300,000. If we do 2 homes, that'll be $500,000 easy. So that's what these monies go for. And I just want to address this again, since I talked about I don't get paid for what I do. It's impossible to not be blessed. But none of the monies that we raise at the banquet goes to compensate staff, you, house parents, me, all that work, does it? It all goes to improve the quality of services and the life that we're able to provide for our children.
And our team members know that ahead of time, and they're so excited that, you know, I'm not making extra money, you're not making some.
Or some fundraising organization getting a 20% cut.
Because when people come here, they really want to serve the Lord and do His calling, not to make tons and tons of money. And we love seeing our leader, our founder. It's just a good witness to see that you work. I mean, I talk to you every single day. I don't know how many days you've worked for the ranch, and you've never made $1. That's a pretty good testimony in itself for us, and it's encouraging to us to work and not feel like we need to do material things. You know, we'll just go over the Lord will bless us no matter what. And it's kind of cool seeing you model that.
The blessing of the Lord, it gets all over you. And I warn people, and I'm warning our TV audience right now, when you give to widows and orphans, you have touched the very heart of God. And I have found when you touch the heart of God, God touches you in a way that is unparalleled in life. So if you'd like, you know, we rarely ask anyone to support Second Chance Ranch except through prayer. But if you ever want to support Second Chance Youth Ranch, 100% of your gift will go to making the difference in the life of children. And one thing that we did back in 2020 is we built a rec center on the ranch property, which is 45 minutes from here, in the country. And that was to enhance the life of those children in our care. When I moved in the Methodist Children's Home, they had a gymnasium that they were building. And I thought that was about the coolest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we want our kids going through trauma to experience the grace of God. We're going to take a break. Be right back with Billy and Rachel.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and this is Billy and Rachel from Second Chance Youth Ranch. And just in the fall, October, we had our our mega banquet, banquet number 11 for Second Chance Youth Ranch. 100% of all the proceeds that we raise goes to improve our ability to provide a life for our children that are in trauma and transition, and to provide more homes for more foster children.
That's right.
All right, help me out. Approximately on any given day, how many children are in the foster care crisis in the state of Arkansas?
You know, this has really improved over the last decade, and I may touch on that a little bit, but right now we have around 3,400.
Well, that's way down.
It is. 10 years ago, it was at the all-time high. It was around 5,500.
Wow.
So think about that's a 40% reduction in the last 10 years, and I do think we play a small part of that with kids that are not losing their children, kids that we have raised, and they were going off. There's a rare instance that they actually lose their children or repeat what their parents did.
Yeah.
So I do think we are working with the state and other organizations. Can't take all the credit, but we have raised hundreds of children so that you can, they probably had 2 or 3 children.
Yeah.
So that's almost maybe 1,000 offspring,
Yeah.
I guess you will,
The ripple
that
effect.
could go back in. And I think we're stopping that cycle.
Yeah, I just saw a post yesterday of one of our former young ladies who's now mom, wife and mother, and another one yesterday who y'all know very well. We know her as Paula, and her 2 beautiful children. Her oldest, I think, is 6. Just shocking to me. Remember when she came to us, she was like 14 or 13?
Yeah, she was a
13.
baby.
Yeah, she just turned 13.
Yeah, and let me just tell you some inside info on Billy and Rachel. They came to me because they have a heart, the heart of God for hurting kids. And can we have Paula move in and just live with us? You remember that conversation?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, no, I don't want any of our children to think that any of our children are more special than others, because all of them are your favorites. That's what you tell all of them. But I said, you've got to think bigger picture than just Paula. And I want you to think how we can impact all of our kids, where none of them feel like they're not good enough or special enough to be in your home.
Right.
That was a hard decision for me, probably harder for you to hear it from me, but since we're on camera, was it the right decision?
I think
It was. I mean, it was a decision we really wanted to do, especially if Paula's watching. You know, we wanted to foster and maybe adopt and all that, but really nothing has changed since
She's
then.
still your daughter, isn't
She's
she?
texting
Yeah.
us when y'all were doing the last segment, but they were.
We were just
she was
making
talking
our
about
Thanksgiving
Christmas.
and Christmas
Here's my
plans.
kids. When are we gonna get together for Christmas? We already had Thanksgiving all worked out, so she's pretty much our daughter. She's changed her name on Facebook to Hubbard.
Oh, she
and
has.
all that.
I didn't even notice that when I saw her picture.
Well, it depends on if she likes us or not at the day. You know, it may go back and forth,
That
but
typical teenager.
Yeah.
She's an adult now.
yeah. So
How old is she now? 24?
she's
30.
30.
Oh my!
30.
No way!
She'll be 31 in April.
Now I'll tell you another inside story. Years ago, I was crossing Reynolds Road over Interstate
Oh,
30.
my word.
There was a blonde-headed girl who had jumped, one of our girls who had
Yes.
jumped out of the van at the signal light, and she was mad about something, and she was leaving.
I was driving the van. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, you know, I'm on the phone with the clinical director and
You
probably
called me.
y'all.
Do you realize she's walking down?
Yeah.
I said, yes, sir.
we
I'm
noticed her
driving.
jump out.
I know she did that.
So I actually drove up when the police caught her, and yet she just posted not too long ago about how the ranch was the most awesome place she ever lived,
Yeah.
and how it changed her life.
That
She's a
moment.
mother now too,
I
correct?
know.
Oh, for
2 or 3?
She's 4.
Yeah. Oh my. And so we don't always know day by day the impact that's being made. And can I address the audience again? I don't know if you realize the impact that you're making through your prayers, through God's vessels like Billy and Rachel, our foster families, but we want you not just to pray for us. We want you to prayerfully consider just opening that extra bedroom to that one child.
Yeah.
Just that one child.
Absolutely.
You always say in Deuteronomy, it says, one to put 1,000 in flight, 2 put 10,000. We
Yeah.
have 30 staff members. You imagine all the donors and viewers. You just multiply that.
Yeah.
It's a number it's even a bigger math than I can even solve.
Well,
So,
there's thousands of Protestant churches in the state of Arkansas, and only, well, I hate to use that word, but only 3,400 children in foster care, and some of them are in homes, that's great. But there are others that end up, and we get these calls, do we?
Every day.
If I've got 3 children or 5 children down here on the couch at downtown Little Rock at the office, and we need a place for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day at 3:30, we have a crisis phone call with DCFS where they go over what children are sitting in the office with nowhere to sleep that night. And they're often children that everybody's saying no to, you know?
So let's not say no. Let's solve the crisis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A crisis can be solved if everyone does their part. Ronald Reagan, probably quoting someone else, he said, it's amazing what can be done when nobody cares who gets the credit.
Love
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Love
And
that.
so we're just one of many organizations in the state, but we're also a placement agency. Tell us, we've got 2 minutes here, tell us what is a placement agency and what services do we provide that could assist our folks in finding out more and even considering becoming a foster parent or adoptive family.
So a placement agency is a private option for foster care. In fact, DCFS has said that they would like all homes that open to open through private agencies so that they can focus on reunification, working case plans, and the private agencies can wrap around the foster families in a very personal, connective way that a state agency just can't do. And so private agencies offer a smaller community to foster within, a lot of support and help, a very personalized experience, because no one should foster alone.
Personalized experience, because most people have heard horrible stories about fostering, and there are some. But what we've done is kind of cut through some of the bureaucratic
lot of red tape.
And we're making personal connections, because the other day, thanks to social media, I saw you, and I don't know, it must have been 30 ladies. Are those our foster moms?
They are.
And y'all were all at some nice restaurant. Billy and I, we weren't invited. But y'all were just having fellowship, encouraging one another. Because we don't just put a child in your home. We stay connected to that foster family, and our case management team and our clinical team are also there to help during difficult times. 30 seconds. Tell me more.
Well, one of the moms after that dinner, it was she was brand new to the ranch, and that was her first event. And she messaged us the next day and said that was the most soul refreshing event I have been to. I just can't thank you enough for that connection that I received, and it really does make a difference in your journey.
Anyone who's had children, and especially teenagers, you know life can be challenging. And James Dobson has a book written many years ago, Parenting's Not for Cowards. Neither is fostering, mentoring, or adopting. But we're here to help you and support you and not leave you out there hanging all by yourself. We're going to be right back right after this brief break.
Wait, are we gonna do the pictures and then later do the video?
We're doing the video right now.
So how many photos is this?
Like 200.
Maybe 500. Right over here.
My name is Scott. I'm 11. I like to play Roblox and watch TV.
What are some movies that you've liked?
Star Wars.
If you could have a superpower, what superpower would you want?
Speed. I could easily go anywhere.
So what is your favorite food? She said grilled cheese. You like grilled cheeses?
And peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hot dogs. But I don't know if they're my favorite.
Oh, you stopped. Why'd you stop? Are you frozen? Oh yeah, that's good. Slow motion. Thank you. Keep doing that. That's funny.
So I mentioned we're doing this film for you because we want to find a family for you.
Okay?
And you said that's something you want?
Yeah. I'm wanting a family.
Do you want brothers and sisters?
Brother, someone younger than me, just between a toddler and me, my age.
What about pets?
Dog. I mean, I do like cats, but I like dogs better.
Why do you want to be adopted?
Because I want to be in a family.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch. Billy and Rachel, I always, as the audience knows, I always reference those beautiful videos of children that are praying for an adoptive family. And a special thank you to Project Zero, whose founder is?
Christy Irwin.
And their team produced these videos.
They're so good.
And it's so important because DCFS doesn't allow child care providers to show the stories or the faces of children. It's kind of frustrating because we take pictures, we'll be out Family Farm or Pumpkin Patch, and our kids are just having a blast and we're not able to take their pictures and
they're so
share
cute.
those. They're so cute.
Yeah.
And that's what we want people to see. So having Project Zero produce these videos and then allowing us to share them with our audience is such a blessing. And we want to thank Christy and her team and whoever the team is that produced those videos. We really, really appreciate that. Because I want people to realize when we say 3,400 children in care, we're not talking about a number.
No.
We're talking about children who are in trauma. And I just want you to imagine being 8 years old, or some of our kids are how young?
Months old.
Yes.
Months old.
Days.
We have infants.
Days.
I saw a couple of our girls Sunday, and I saw a couple of them at the banquet back in October that are in our pregnancy center. One with her precious little boy, and both her and the little boy are smiling at me now. They didn't speak very much English when they first met me. But just watching them grow and being a part of that, we want you to see the faces and hear the stories, because we're not talking numbers, we're talking little bitty children and teenagers who are praying, asking God to give them a forever family. So tell us in this segment, what's going on at Second Chance Ranch other than my desire to acquire these properties and build at least, Lord help me, at least 2 more homes in 2025.
You know, right now we have 10 campus homes and they're completely full, which is, to me, that's a miracle. That's just a miracle. We have more campus care homes than any other provider combined now. So
really?
It is. We have a few that have 2 and 2 and 2, but we have 10, so it's more than anybody else combined. So, and we're growing exponentially in the community. We have 80 children now, probably the second most provider in the state of Arkansas.
Wow, that's
besides
amazing.
Our good friends at
And y'all been with us how long?
18 years this
18
January.
years, and we received children in 2005.
We'll be on 19 years coming up next month.
And I remember sitting in my office talking to the clinical director and the operations director back then, Matt Frederick, and I didn't know how we were going to do any of this. I didn't know how we were even going to pay to build the buildings or pay for the property, much less pay for the property, build the buildings, be debt-free, so that 100% of the gifts can go to change the living experience of the children and our foster parents in our care. What a miracle ride.
It is.
Oh, it's been amazing.
So why 2 more homes? Well, if we build 2 more homes in 2025, you know, I can build more than 2 homes, but how many children would that allow us to additional children?
I mean, at one point we can have 12 to 14, but we're looking at long term, hundreds.
Yeah.
You keep maintaining the home for years and years. The house we originally lived in, the bank house there at the Second Chance Ranch campus, I mean, we've probably had hundreds in that house. You know, we only had 7 at the moment. I say only, it's a lot, but
It felt like a lot.
we want to build. I don't look at a building as being just how many at one point. You got to look at it, to me,
over the years.
Over years.
Typically 5-bedroom house.
Yes, sir.
So you can have a foster family for their master bedroom, at least 1 bedroom for their child.
Correct.
Or
it's the most ideal.
2 children, and then at least 6 foster children.
So you may have girls or boys, you know, in the sibling group, so they can have, you kind of mix and match and have more versatility.
Up to 8 per house.
So that would immediately in 2025 we could easily handle at least 12 more foster children. And if I did 3 houses, that'd be 18. Y'all want 18?
Whatever the need is, we want to do. We've done that since the day
And with
one,
Every Child Arkansas, with Dr. Gold, working with all the child care ministries across the state, we can actually solve this crisis.
I really think we can. Yeah.
How many children out of those 3,400 do we know? How many of them are looking for forever families?
Usually around 300 is right at the kids
It's
for
down to
adoption.
200 now, which is crazy
That is
because it was
crazy.
at 300 for years, you know. And
It's 200 even? Or do you know the number?
I think 198,
Wow,
200.
that's good.
It's like right, you know, it changes
But
day to day.
those are probably not just individual children, but a sibling
A
group
lot of
two
sibling
or
groups,
three.
yes, or more.
Or 12.
Yeah,
So if it was three sibling groups of three, that'd only be 70 adoptive homes.
right,
Only.
exactly.
Everybody say only.
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 We can solve the crisis. We can, working together with organizations throughout this state, with the support of our governor, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Now, so think about this. I address this on some occasions. What if your church or your business or your civic organization just wrapped your arms around one family in your circle of influence and said, we want you to contact Second Chance Youth Ranch. You're a lovely family. You've shared your desire to adopt. We want to support you. We want to
Yes.
help you. We'll babysit for you. We don't want you to do it on your own. It would only take 70 churches, 80, maybe 100 churches out of the thousands
It would
in our
change
state.
everything for these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, I interviewed a lady. She came from a small church of 50, less than 50 actually, on our second stage here in the studio. And she said, well, you know, I just decided we wanted to foster. Ultimately, they adopted. But she said what made the difference is our small church wrapped their arms around us and included our foster children and ultimately our adopted kids into our church family. That's what it's all about, for God's sakes. So you got a minute and 20 seconds. Tell me, tell the audience, what is it they can do to contact us, and what is it that we will do to assist them and answer all those questions?
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach out to us through Facebook or our website and ask any questions you have. One thing that we're really known for is just being very real and telling you the good and the difficult and really walking you through the process. We would love to talk to you if you're interested in becoming a foster parent. Or if you're just interested in supporting those who are already fostering. There's a lot of opportunity to get involved.
And frankly, everybody's not called to adopt.
Right.
Everybody's not called to foster.
Right.
But everybody is called to make a difference.
100%.
And there are things you can do. You say, well, you know, I don't really have an extra room, but I would love to just babysit or to assist a family, a foster family, where they can go out and have dinner, just husband and wife, and keep the kids for 3 or 4 hours.
Provide a meal, mow a yard. Everybody could do something.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to provide a meal or mow a yard, I'll give you my address. Just text me right here. You know, if that's a benefit, maybe I'll do it. Hey, we're so thankful for your watching and supporting us through prayer. Why don't you reach out and contact us at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV or through the website that's been bouncing across the screen. We'd love to hear from you and answer all your questions. We'll see you next week right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Bye-bye.